Hello everyone, and you're so much welcome to today's tutorial, and I still remain your shoemaking made easy tutor Odurole Mojibola, and today I am going to be explaining to us what fasteners are. I know you might have actually come across some, you might not have come across some, but today I'm explicitly going to be showing you different kind of fastener you can actually use for your sandal or footwear. Now, before I go into that, I would love to let you know some MVM that you should utilize for your business to grow in 2023. Now, how do I create a minimum viable marketing for my business, which is MVM? Now, I'm going to be talking about three different funnels that you should work on, and they are 3R. The first one is going to be relationship. Engage in activities that will attract your clients and customers to you. As a shoe vendor, you must learn to engage in activities that will attract your clients and customers to you. I know some of us like to ignore people's posts, especially on social media. You just read and waka pass. Enough of wakaring pass. Oh yes, if there's any language like that, be part of what is happening when it comes to social media. Don't just watch, don't just go through people's posts without liking it. You don't know that those are the things that actually make Facebook to actually push whatever you post. For example, I'm using Facebook as an example. It makes them push whatever you post. Because by the time you post something and you decide to do, okay, let me look around, okay, this is what this person is saying, you engage under it, you talk, something that is so amazing, and like you just share your opinion about the thing, another person reads it, the person goes to your page to just check out, oh, it's like this person is really making a lot of sense. You understand? Engage in all those activities that will attract customers to you. That is what we call relationship. Try to run hard. Some of us are afraid of running ads. If you're a new business, I would suggest you don't start with ads. Start engaging. Make sure you make yourself visible, available under this person's post. As you post, make sure you also get yourself engaging in other people's posts. Now let's go into today's tutorial. Of course, I'll be explaining to us the remaining 3R. Of course, if I can't finish the 3 of them today, I will definitely make sure I tell us the second R as we proceed in this video. Thank you once again. I need you to sit back, and I'm gonna be right back. All right. Now, if you have this kind of design and you love to actually, attach a kind of fastener to it, fastener majorly are your buckle, your Velcro, which is also, some call it plaster, some call it magic gum, and the third one is your elastic. Those three accessories can serve as your fastener as far as this design is concerned. Of course, I'm going to be showing us the 3 of them. The first is actually your buckle accessory. Now you can decide to actually use your buckle accessory here. Now what I did was I cut a little strip of leather, and I'm going to be inserting it into this. You can see I punch in between so that this particular iron can freely move in between. So I'm going to insert it right in. Make sure that it's not too wide. You understand? You can see it's freely entering it. So put it this way. Go ahead and do the same thing, in the two sides. Ensure that it has excess here so that it can easily swing. You understand? So all you need to do is you can decide to actually put it right here. So you're going to be putting this right here, while you are going to be cutting out a strap of leather. Yes, your strap of leather, put it here, and it will definitely be entering into this one. Of course, I can decide to actually use my rivet to hold this down right here. Use your rivet to hold this, and then go ahead and then also rivet this down on this other side. Then of course you have completed your design. Alternatively, you can actually make use of what we call an elastic band. So this is actually an option for you. This is an option you can actually use, which is actually the elastic. This is actually expanding, so it means that whatever your length is on this side, let's say we have, let me measure this length so that you can use this as a guide. Of course, you must have about 1 centimeter right hand that you're going to be stitching it. Definitely you are going to be stitching this hand. So let's say you have about 1 to 1.5 right there, but let's say 1. And on this side, ensure that as much as you want to measure is not too tight. You understand what I'm saying? It must not be too tight. Let me use a shoe last. I think that will be much better. Now, for those of us who are wondering how did I create this, I actually have a video on how to actually create patterns such as what I have right here. So I have already given us an analysis on how to create this pattern. So I need you to do some catch up. I'll try to put it at the end of this particular video. Please, if you download this video, you won't see it at the end. So most times I find out people say, oh, they can't find the video. You can't find it because you downloaded it and you're watching. So if you're watching on YouTube, definitely you will see all of the videos that I always have on the screen and at the end of some of my video. Of course, not all, but when I talk about videos like this, I try to put them right at the end of the video. So please, if you watch offline, you won't see it. So now you can see what this looks like here. Let me try to arrange this side properly. So we'll now go ahead. Now we have it properly, position. Then with this we can check. This is one, so it's coming this way. And then with what I have here, I'm going to be measuring. This is actually 7 centimeter. If you ask me, this I'm going to say is 7. So now out of that 7, 1 centimeter will be going in here while I stitch. 1 centimeter will be going in here while I stitch as well. Don't forget, I'm trying to show us different kind of fastener that you can actually use for this kind of a design or any other sandal design you are creating, either for an adult or for children. So now that we have 7, 1 in here, 1 in here, that is 7 minus 2, we have 5 centimeter. So because our elastic will always, increase, now you have to also consider the elasticity of your elastic. If it is not too elastic, definitely don't try to say you want to cut half of your initial measurement if it is not, the expansion is not really much. But if it's so much, you can decide to actually say you want to divide 5 by 2 and measure 2.5. But if you find out that like this is not really elastic, it's not, the elasticity is not really much, I mean the rate at which it expands. So I'm going to say if you are having something like this, you can decide to actually just measure about 3 to 3.5. Now, if you are measuring 3 to 3.5, don't forget to add the one that's entering here and entering here. So if I'm measuring 3, it means 3 plus 1, that's 5. I'm going to be measuring this. Let me check out what 5 look like. This is 5, as you can see. This is 5. So 1 centimeter is entering here. About 1 centimeter is also entering this side. And you can see that this is good enough. Actually very firm, and it can still expand a little bit. Can you see that? So that is fine. You understand? It's either use 3 or 3.5. It depends on how how it expand, the rate of expansion, or else the footwear will not size the person. So on the average, if the elasticity is so much, you can really expand it very well. You can decide to divide it by 2. I mean, whatever measurement you are supposed to use here, you divide by 2. Please don't forget those that the allowance that will be entering in between, your upper, is not part of this division. Make sure you deduct it before you do your division, which is the reason we have this to be 3 or 3.5. By the time we had the 2 centimeter, which is 1 centimeter entering here and entering here, it becomes 5.5 if it is 3.5, and then 5 if it is 3. And you can see how firm it's staying there. You understand? So don't go and say, I'm going to be measuring 7. Let's measure 7 and see what it looks like. If I measure 7, let's say 1 centimeter is this. You see another 1 centimeter here. You see what it looks like. It will not be firm. It will just be moving. You see, it's not supposed to be like that. It should at least be firm on the feet but not tight. That is also another thing. It should be firm but not tight. Yes, the last one I'm going to be talking about is actually the Velcro. People call it plaster. I've had people call it plaster. You can actually use this. This is also an option when it comes to fasteners. When it comes to fasteners for your sandal, it's also an option. Most times people say this is not really durable. Now it depends on what you're able to buy, because I find out that there are so many different grades of Velcro. It's actually called Velcro because that is the brand that is very popular. The brand that is very popular that produces this is called Velcro. So that's why you hear Velcro. It's actually a kind of fastener. So what do I do if I'm going to be using this? You definitely need a ring if you are going to do this and enjoy it. If you don't want to use a ring, it's fine, but I am going to encourage that you actually get a ring. I mean, this kind of a ring. So what you're going to be doing is you have different choices when it comes to when you want to position this Velcro on this. Don't forget, this is the inner part and this is the outer part. So your Velcro can actually be, you have your Velcro here. That's what it means. You can decide to attach a strap from here. Your strap can be here. You attach a side of your Velcro. Don't forget your Velcro has two different ones. You can see the hairy part and the one that serves like a hook, so to say. So you have to place now the hairy one on this side, while the other one that looks more like a hook will be on this other side. So what does it mean? It comes this way and hold it down, and that is going to be all for the fastener. Alternatively, when positioning the fastener, you can do it this way. Now stitch this down here, then have this. You understand? Have this. This is going to be like this. This is going to actually be like this. You will have lined it, covered it up, line it here. Then place this right here, and then you are stitching this down here. Now you definitely need another strap that will be entering this. So it is that strap that will has the two sides of the Velcro. These two sides of it that's what it will have. So let's say I have something like this as my strap, for example. So a part of it will have the hairy part, another part of it will have the side that looks like a hook. So when I insert it into this place, you understand, when I insert it, I will stitch this down here so it comes all over it, and you can see what it's going to look like. Don't forget, it's going to enter into this particular ring. So I believe with these three options, you should be able to choose a perfect fastener for your sandal pattern design, or for whatever kind of design you are intending to actually create. Yes, before I end today's class, let me quickly tell us the next R that we must actually consider when it comes to our MVM. It is actually repeat. Learn to repeat business. Ask for more businesses. After you have actually run ads, you have engaged with in different kind of activities, try as much as possible to do what? To actually repeat business. Ask them to actually give you more businesses. I mean, okay, somebody make footwear from you. Can you make sure that you keep their contact? Reach out to them. Oh, how are you doing today? I'm just saying I should say hi. Some people might have even forgotten you're existing. By giving them a call can make them to actually say, oh, I even have one shoe that did this, or that I wanted to make for me. I had somebody talking about one footwear, something like that. And before you know it, you have actually another kind of business opportunity. So when you relate with your customers, ensure that you create opportunity for them to repeat business with you.